But it's like, man, a part of me thinks maybe it would have looked good, but at the same time, it was a pirate ship. It was mutiny. Blues had to go.
Had to go, bro.
But it's like, but if he didn't lose the locker room, I just wish we could have seen maybe that type of combination between those two.
Would that though? Like, okay, we're dealing with the repercussions now in season, which sucks as a fan. But if this sets us up to get the best coach out there moving forward by firing early, all worth it. It is all because look, Caleb has already shown us that he had, whether you're fully sold, which it's fine, you don't have to be fully sold, but he's shown enough that you're like, okay, there's definitely something here that we can work with moving forward. So if you had to fire your coach and we have to deal with this fucking shit show for the, it's not 4 weeks now, going on 5. If it gets you Ben Johnson or whoever that hot coach is that actually works and helps develop Caleb, I'll do that 100 times out of 100. So I guess that's my silver lining. Very pessimistic about the game. The current state, absolutely. But Dave, like you said, a lot of this stuff can be changed. Like you don't go from being 4-11 to then being 12-4, 5. I'm not saying that, but you can make a significant jump. Actually, you know what? You can actually do that because the Bears in 2018 did it, right? They went from very last to very first. And they ended up 12-4 winning the division. So if you get the right coach in here, builds the right culture, you have enough of the foundational pieces at this moment that it's not like you're starting from scratch. This isn't a rebuild. It's a retooling of your trenches. So you do that, get your coaches right.
That comment here from Tiger about Justin, and we're not going to talk about it, but it truly is. Like, we have the same conversations like, oh, we got to get the coaching out of here. Matt Nagy, Justin, he needs better. Once we get more in here, once we get competency, and whatever surrounding him, I think it's going to be a lot better, right? Same damn conversation.
Over.
Maybe even similar with Mitch at the end of, Matt Nagy with John or with John Fox.
John Fox,
right?
100%. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh my goodness, how many times can we keep doing this? And how many times can fans take it? Which I guess is the answer is, we're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep showing up no matter what, because it was, what a showing. I mean, sometimes I feel like the Bears fans care a lot more about this team than Bears players. It's a little shocking. It's shocking because which maybe it's not, I guess the fans, are the fans, but at the same time, it's like, they should care a little bit more because there's times, and not the defense tonight, but offensively, these guys were just piss poor. The body language too, which I don't know how you felt.
Bro, you've lost 10 straight. You have not won in over almost 3 months, bro.
They haven't won in this country, dude.
No, since October.
And their last win wasn't even in the U.S.
Yeah, it was in, So the last win in October, the last one would have been early October, I think.
Yeah. Back when we
in the U.S. Yeah. So look, I get it. There's a lot of shit that's negative and it makes sense. Hopefully, and we've seen, I'm trying to be silver lining here so I don't lose my fucking mind.
Yeah.
We've seen it with other franchises. They've done it. They've gotten, whether it was the quarterback or the coach, it changed their whole trajectory. Okay. The problem with the Bears is we've had the stories over and over again. We've never had the quarterback. I think that's the biggest thing. We actually have the quarterback, and that's what's making this position hot because people are looking at it or attractive, and they're like, dude, we can do something. You don't think Ben Johnson's looking at this and being like, oh, that's a toy I could play with. I can actually build something with this. Same with the GM. But it doesn't mean we're going to get it right, and we haven't gotten it right over and over again. So I definitely understand the dismay and the, not believing it in that confidence. I totally get it. I'm trying to convince myself that all you have to do, you can miss 1,000,000 times. All you have to do is get it right once, right? All you have to do is get it right once. And then
what do you mean get what right once?
Whether it's the coach or for us to be coach and quarterback pairing, I think you get those two right. If you
it's the two most important probably. Yeah.
Correct. We've never done it. So if you can get those two right, you know what I mean? Patriots sucked for years. If you look at their history before Brady and Belichick, they were not good consistently throughout their history, right? Mm-hmm. They get Brady. Well, first they get Belichick, then they get Brady. Boom, it works out.
I think the most important thing, though, even with Belichick, he failed in Cleveland. It was Brady that saved his ass. At the end of the day,
that's the guy who's got to play.
But it was a great pairing too because they gelled really well together. Personality, greatness, demanding. I get that. At the same time, silver lining, I mean, there's going to be a whole lot of that this offseason because one, if you clean house with polls, you're going to get a brand new GM. You're going to get a brand new coach. You're going to get probably the pick of the coaches. Let's be honest here. I know a lot of people are like, the Bears are dysfunctional. It's like, I don't care. First of all, big market, charter franchise, Caleb Williams, arsenal of picks, arsenal of cap space. You're loaded, dude, from top to bottom, a lot of things. And you do have some foundational pieces on both sides of the ball, in my opinion. Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon. I mean, second best player on the defense, Kyler Gordon. Like, anybody want to argue that?
No, for
He's so good. You got Montez Sweat. Anyways, all I'm saying, I think it's a coveted job, in my opinion. Like, you got Pete Carroll coming out of retirement, basically saying, "Hey, I'll coach. I'll run the show." But for me, the silver lining here is the Bears are going to have an insanely productive offseason. The only thing is you hope like you said, that you hope they get it right. Not just with the coach. That's important. That's very, very important. But even with all these draft picks, all of the free agent signings that they're going to make, and potentially the trades and the extensions, or the not extending players, like maybe not extending Tevin, letting Keenan walk. Who knows what they're going to do? They have the ability here. If they get probably 90% of it right, they're in the playoffs next year. They are. Simple as that. I know the division's loaded, but you could probably get in the wild card with the talent and the boost they're going to get from a new coaching staff, and then an influx of more talent. Where this team, I know a lot of people are like, I don't see it. There's still a lot of talent on this roster. A lot of people have given up. DJ Moore was thinking about vacation a couple weeks ago, but you saw it tonight where it's like he's still able to make some crazy plays. When he's like a running back when he gets the ball. However, like I said, I think there's just a lot to be excited about. But right now, when you lost your 10th straight game and were embarrassed once again on national television, I mean, you shouldn't be excited. There should be a silver lining, right?
No.
And that's what I think. But
I'll
tell you what, I haven't been hyped. Well, I have been hyped. But I'm very, very stoked about this offseason because there's just so much to be excited about. We don't have our quarterback, or we have our quarterback right now.
I was about to say, calm down down there. Yeah.
No, we have our quarterback right now. I'm not saying he's a franchise guy. What I'm saying, I'm not going to, look at CJ Stroud, right? He's having a tough year. You got to be honest. Yeah. And they crowned him too early. Same thing with Caleb. He has shown some flashes, and you still have that rookie contract, 3 or 4 more years left where you can build around him, and you hope he turns out to be the guy. The problem is you just got to make sure that you do it the right way. And we thought this is a really good situation, but it's not. It's not. I
think our issue was we didn't think that the offensive line was going to be as bad as what it was. And it got injured a lot too.
And Fonte had they put how much money into it?